Most companies have an internal database or internal systems that can only be accessed on their network. You can think of this like a physical file. You have to be in the office to open the door to locate those files. Network drives are an example of this. To access the box your files are on, you need to be within the same room or network as those files. Depending on your company's setup, you may need to be connected to their internal network all of the time, some of the time, or even none of the time. Many companies utilize a few different methods for doing this, such as VPN, VDI, or remote desktop. Let's start out with a remote desktop system. This is arguably the slowest and most cumbersome method. You may be able to use your computer or your company computer to remote into a desktop which is physically located in the office plugged into the network. That computer can then access all the files. However, because you're remotely accessing that computer, there may be some slowdowns and you may have some glitches, and if there's a power outage at the office, that computer gets shut off, you'll have to call someone to physically walk over and hit the button in the office to turn on that desktop. You are using two full physical computers in order to do the work of one computer. Some companies take this an extra layer to where you have to be connected to the company network in order to access that desktop. This would mean you are connecting to either the VPN or the VDI and then connecting to this remote desktop in the office. This is essentially using three computers or three different ways of getting connected, and it's quite redundant. When a lot of companies had to go remote, this was the only option for most companies because it was the fastest way to get people remote while still having them able to maintain the computers they were used to, all their settings and files saved on the desktop, and they didn't have to go through the process of transferring every employee's files to a laptop or to a different system, which would have just been way too much for entire companies.